This book is dedicated to anyone who has ever dreamt of finding love. Oh, look at my young self wishing for love. Oh, how has that crashed and burned. Welcome! And whoa! It's a different background today! Because I'm in a different part of my apartment. Because this video is different. But why, Dana? Why? Well, I realized my channel is a little one-sided right now. If you read my bio of my channel, it says all parts of her artistic life. Well, you don't know all the parts of my life. You know the modeling side, you know a little bit of the downside, but now you get to know the writing side. That's right. I'm a writer. Gained a bachelor's in creative writing this spring. Woo! We're gonna travel back in time today and look at the very first book I've ever written. I originally wrote this book when I was 8 years old, and then I went back when I was 12 and decided, oh my gosh, I hate it. I'm going to change all of it. I wrote a big chunk, like the 375 pages chunk. But then freshman year in college, I was like, you know, I'm actually going to finish this thing. So close to the end. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish my book. But then I go back. I'm like, I'm going to read what I've all done so I know how the plot was progressing and things because I don't remember it. And then I'm like, this is terrible. This is cringy. This is cheesy. This is awful. This is not working. It's not fixable. And then I never looked at it again. So it's been about 5 years. And we're going to read it. Okay, don't get me wrong. We are not reading the whole 375 pages today. This is the first installment. We're reading chapter 1. But if I remember correctly, this is the chapter I've changed the most. So I honestly don't know what happens in chapter 1 at this point. So we'll see what changes I made. And it's probably still terrible because that was 5 years ago. Let's read. Lorena Diana E. Clark. Okay, table of contents. There's, I don't know how many chapters. 20, 21, 22 chapters. And it's unfinished. Oh, I ended at like page 410. Okay. And then I still have 3 more chapters that need to be written. I actually still remember what's supposed to happen in these chapters. I just never got around to finishing it because all of these other chapters before it are so terrible. Chapter 1. Punished. The Ocean Kingdom at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. That's redundant, isn't it? I'm not editing today. Even though I desperately want to just like type, but I can't. No editing, just read. Deep in the Pacific Ocean, thousands of mermaids and mermen roam freely in the Ocean Kingdom. Unknown to species outside the Pacific Ocean. Why can't I not say that word? My stupid lisp. Humans are considered dangerous and despised by all mer people due to a tragic event concerning the kingdom's beloved rulers, King and Queen Ocean. Oh, my naming skills. King and Queen Ocean. So original. So creative. During the year of 1995, this reads like an essay or a report. Like, what was I doing? During the year of 1995, the king and queen mysteriously vanished, leaving behind a note that said, "Greetings, the Ocean Kingdom. Your king and queen have been captured. We know we had to sacrifice our lives, or the Ocean Kingdom will be hunted down and destroyed. My brother, Salt Sea." Salt Sea. Oh. All of these like oceany sea names. Wow. Salt Sea will take over my duties and will be renamed as King Sea. We do not expect a return to the ocean. Please beware of all humans at all costs, or this will happen to you. Goodbye forever. King and Queen Ocean. Wow, so much drama already. And we're only on page 1. Everything changed after that. I just thought of this. Who is my narrator? I don't think I have a narrator. I think I was probably trying to do an omniscient third-person narrator, but I don't think it's working here. When Salt Sea was crowned king, strict rules were activated. A curfew was activated. Redundancy! Which restricted all Ocean Kingdom citizens from being outside the kingdom's gate after the sun sets above the ocean. If anyone broke curfew, or any other rule, such as disobeying a command from the king, they were punished. Oh, look, foreshadowing of what this whole chapter is about. The chapter's called Punished. Who will get punished, I wonder? I know, because I wrote it. All punishments resulted in restriction of the ability to leave the kingdom's gates, otherwise known as kingdom arrest. Punishments were always determined by Sultan, King C's assistant, and ignorant cousin. Sultan was considered an airhead in the kingdom. He didn't think things through, exaggerated everything, as well as taking things way too seriously. Sultan's immature personality scared citizens of the Ocean Kingdom because he was the only direct descendant of King C, therefore, the heir to the throne. Despite these new rules, 2 18-year-old mermaids, Bluerina and Shelley, were secret rebels within the kingdom due to their interests in humans. Bluerina was known as it's written as Bluerina was known at the kingdom's young, but that's obviously a typo. Bluerina was known as the kingdom's young beauty for her very dark, long brown hair with waves that go all over her head. Wow, waves that go all over her head. Where else would they go? And a deep ocean blue tail that matched her eyes. In the human world, it would be considered a silk bra. What would? Okay. For her very dark, long brown hair with waves that go all over her head and a deep ocean blue tail that matched her eyes, in the human world, it would be considered a silk bra. Her tail would be a silk bra. Well, I think I was talking about like the blue shells that cover her boobies, but I somehow skipped over that sentence entirely when I wrote it. Oh my gosh, this is more bad than I was expecting. I promise I'm a lot better writer now. Shelley was named after her tail, which is made out of every type of shell. Her hair was lighter, more sandy-toned brunette, which is also long with waves, but not as long as Bluerina's. Her eyes are also blue, because that was a dominant trait among mer people, but Shelley's are sky blue rather than ocean blue. Shelley would go out of the kingdom gates and explore to see what human objects she could find discarded on the seafloor. Bluerina went with Shelley, but not to explore. Instead, she would paint. Before the king and queen Ocean Tragedy, the kingdom would observe human behavior, perfect it for themselves. Ooh, where was I going with this? I don't know. Once the art of painting was discovered, they reinvented it to be usable underneath the ocean. That's where I was going with it. It only took me 2 sentences to get there. Bluerina painted everything. She painted the kingdom gates, coral, the human objects that Shelley would collect, and even Shelley herself. Bluerina was a talented painter, but no one knew. Whoa. Due to Bluerina and Shelley's shared interest of humans, the majority of Bluerina's paintings were of forbidden content, and I forgot to put my phone on vibrate again. I'm sorry. Where was I? Were of forbidden content. The humans. If they knew, there would be, for no doubt, a punishment for both Shelley and Bluerina. I found something! Shelley yelled. That is not Shelley's voice. Hold on, let me find Shelley's voice. I found something! No, she's more like... I'll figure it out as I go along. I found something! Shelley yelled. Bluerina jolted. Awoken from her dreamlike state, She stopped painting the pages of a water-damaged book with the title, Sexual Education. Oh, yeah. That's actually a really important detail for later, because, you know, getting in high school, I'll just say that. Brenna grabbed the book and placed it in her sock, interested in this human science. Oh, no! What did you find? She asked Shelley. This! She held up a red string. One end had a knot tied, and the other was fraying. Brenna squinted, trying her best to look at the string. She was a long distance away from Shelley, so she couldn't see exactly what Shelley was holding. What is it? A string! Brenna sighed in disappointment and put her hands on her hips. A string? She said sarcastically. What's so special about that? It belongs to something. Shelley looked at her surroundings, confirming they were alone, then whispered, something human. Brenna cocked her head, narrowed her eyebrows, looking at Shelley as if she was an idiot. Why human? And how do you know it belongs to something? It could just be a string. Shelley waved the string above her head. How many things do you know of that has a string this thick? I just have a feeling, okay? I know it's something special. It's actually written, I know it's sometimes special. Brenna just stayed in place, not knowing what to think. What's so special about a string? She thought. Paint it! Shelley tossed the string. It glided in the water and landed just below Brenna's tail. Brenna sighed. Later. No! Not later! String now! Shelley was stubborn, and compared to Brenna's maturity, Shelley was a child. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight where I left off, and there will be a part 2. And we will continue chapter 1. And if you like this so much and want to know like what happens and like when the plot actually starts, let me know and I'll make part 4 and then 20 and then 30, however long it takes to read all 410 pages of this, because I will. And I'll read other things too. Just let me know down in the comments like what you want me to read. I have some poetry I've gotten published. I have some short stories I've gotten published before. I'll read anything that you guys want me to read, however bad or however well written it is. So yeah, let me know what you like. And of course, you know the drill. Scatter throughout the screen are all my social medias. Go look at those. Or message me if you're like, hey, you're not posting enough. Please post, because I sometimes forget. Ring the bell to get notified, because I'm never consistent when I post. And you know, click on my face to subscribe. Click on the box because YouTube is telling you you will enjoy this video, and you know you will, so click it. Hope you enjoyed listening to me try not to get into editor brain as I read all those sentences. Ooh. Oy. Bye.